Hello again. I just realized something. Netflix is $9.99 a month with ads. Hulu is $7.99 a month with ads. But Crunchyroll is $7.99 a month without ads. If you put all three together into an addition problem, you will get 26. And 26 is important. Why? Because that is going to be my age in 2028. I just said it was going to be true, I never said it was going to be interesting. So I was sitting in my chair, and yes, it was boring, but it did give me a second to think about how watching anime has gotten easier over the years. First, we kind of had to sail the 7 seas to watch something that just wasn't making its way over to the US. However, with the rise of popularity anime seems to be getting through right now, streaming services have been noticing, and as always, I'd like to make the ability to watch it even harder. Just take a look at Netflix. Ew. They've been flip-flopping between releasing an episode once a week and waiting until the broadcast finishes to upload them in bulk. I am not a fan of this. It's pretty difficult for a show to maintain its hype when it releases in bulk, since everyone's going to experience that season all at once, keep the hype concentrated for about a week or so, but then allow it to fizzle out pretty quickly. The anime they're coming out with ain't that bad either. Just stick to letting the episodes come out once a week, man. Right on the weekly hype. But I gotta admit that this video player is pretty solid. Languages and subtitles can be changed on the fly, I've had very little issues with loading times, and the skip intro button can sometimes be neat. Oh, we can even change up the playback speed and browse the episodes. What do you got, Hulu? The D'Amelio show? Oh man, I love paying for ads. I'm so glad Netflix took some notes. Despite what I've just said, I've had a bit of a soft spot for Hulu. With it being on my Switch, I've used it plenty for my anime viewing needs. The selection of anime ain't so bad. This video player seems to be working well. Heck, we can even minimize the player and serve the entire library as well. Though I want to watch the English dub, so let's change it. Oh. We have to change to a different episode entirely. Huh. I mean, it's a minor inconvenience, albeit kind of jarring when I look at all these episodes and notice that it's only really half of what I'm going to be watching. Oh look, it even does the same for movies. Alright, I'm watching some good old anime.
Socks are the #1 most requested item in homeless shelters. Underwear is #2.
Crunchyroll, let's give it a shot. You know, after seeing them merge with Funimation recently, I really hope they took some liberties that Funimation did with their ability to organize these shows. Take a look at this. Demon Slayer has just these clear categories to showcase which season, special, or movie you want to watch. Not only that, but when you're in the player, you can change the audio and subtitles on the fly. I may have sometimes had some annoying loading experiences with it, but I considered it serviceable. I always give it an odd shrug whenever I watch it. Now, does Crunchyroll have any of it? You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, that problem that Hulu does, separating the dubs between the shows, Crunchyroll is that, but even worse. My Hero Academia and My Hero Academia dubs, Black Clover and Black Clover dubs. Sure, you can switch the subtitles on the fly. Thanks. Just look at how Demon Slayer is organized here. We've got 16 seasons. Oh, no, 27 seems. Oh boy. There's never been any kind of official explanation for it, at least none that I could find, so allow me to speculate as to why this kind of thing happens for both Crunchyroll, Hulu, and any other service that does this. It could be that since the dubs are not done by the same people who make the anime and are usually done by a third party, having the dubs on Crunchyroll may require revenue to be paid towards that third party, but only the revenue that is generated from the dub. To keep the revenue separate, they kept them separate in browsing. Because we just can't have nice things. I don't know a lick of how licensing and the like work when it comes to putting shows on streaming services, but man, with the recent merge of Funimation and Crunchyroll, is it possible we could get this sorted out? I don't know if anime is the only one to get this kind of treatment, but I swear it's the one that gets it the most. Practically every show that gets a dub in any language looks bloated now. At least we got 9 seasons of Spy Family. Alright, looks like I just finished watching an episode. Might as well let Crunchyroll autoplay to the next one. Oh, it's autoplaying to the start of the season. Just in a different dub now. Huh. Cause everyone knows, after season 1 comes 1, eins, uden, uno, and then 2. Come on, the video player isn't even anything to write home about either. Like I said, we can't change between subs and dubs. I feel like English subtitles are the only ones available nowadays. You can't change how they look, and sometimes they may not even show up. When it works, it just works. When it doesn't work, let's take a look at Amazon Prime Video. Why? Because I need a minute. Again, sub and dub are sometimes separate. Good to know. I'm still seething. Well, it does give us a little pop-up here that allows us to see the actors, which is unique. So is putting Oreos in soda. I can get behind the intent. I can get behind the idea. I cannot get behind the execution. I think this kind of feature is the type of thing that you either go all the way with or just don't do it at all. It's nice to get the actors more recognition, but I don't think half the actors here want to be remembered as the second gray figure from the left. Get a picture for everybody, and if you can't get it for specific actors, at least put something in. The character they play as would even suffice. In terms of anime selection, well, I like Mid Abyss. Let's take a look at something much more obscure. High Dive, for example. I never really see anyone talking about this service now, but to be fair, it does look a bit shady at first. Just something about the way it's laid out makes me feel like a pirate, but I can assure you this is legit. I gotta say, the lineup here, while it may not consist of the most popular shows, I do think there's some value here. In terms of anime selection, well, I like Mid Abyss. The video player ain't so bad either. We got a few preset subtitles, we can change the playback speed, and this lights out feature, while I don't see people using this that often, is a nice touch. Oh, and again, we actually changed the audio on the fly too. It may not be perfect, but it's better than what Crunchyroll's got. Although whenever I put on full screen, I can never seem to select anything on the top right corner. Weird. That minor issue aside, I think I'll come back to High Dive sometime. But Disney Plus is about to start getting into anime, so I think it's safe to say they'll have a monopoly on it soon enough. I hid my copy of Cars just in case. By the way, depending on where you live, certain streaming services will have different shows you can watch. A bit of a shame, I'd like to have been able to watch shows like My Hero Academia on Netflix without the use of a VPN, but that's territorial licensing for you. Although theoretically speaking, that may mean Netflix Japan stumps Crunchyroll in terms of anime browsing any day. Just something to think about. You don't have to look too hard for anime nowadays, it seems. As long as you have access to the internet, you'll always be bound to find something interesting. I think the closest service to becoming one of the better ones is probably Crunchyroll, at least as far as anime is concerned. Mostly because of that huge library it's got, and even larger now because of the merge with Funimation. That said, there's a reason why I said better and not good, because that darn video player is 100% holding it back. If they fix up that video player and fix up how all the anime is organized on the webpage, I feel like they would have a much stronger relationship with the anime community, and by extension, me. Until then, I don't think you can count out other services just yet. Netflix has backed up good anime, and I would take up High Dive's media player over Crunchyroll any day of the week. And Hulu, they've got Law and Order. They win by existing. Either way, I think that's enough anime browsing for the day. I think it's about time I actually start watching anime. Ahoy matey.